Magandang araw. Welcome to Principles of Steel Design. Our lesson for today is about the tension members for bolted connections. Let us identify our lesson objectives. At the end of this module, you should be able to first identify tension members, second, define stress and explain its relationship with axial loads in tension members. Third, explain two failure modes in tension members, the excessive deformation due to yielding and fracture. And lastly, calculate the allowable tensile stress for tension members. Let us introduce now this topic. If the cross-sectional area of a tension member varies along its length, the stress is a function of the particular section under consideration. The presence of holes in a member will influence the stress at a cross-section through the hole or holes. At these locations, the cross-sectional area will be reduced by an amount equal to the area removed by the holes. So take note that in our bolted connections, ang nangyayari dito ay mas nai-stress yung ating steel structure dahil sa butas na nabibigay or ginagawa para magkaroon tayo ng bolts. So what are now the connections of the tension members? First is the bolted. Okay? So ibig sabihin lang nito, dito natin nakikita ngayon yung may mga bolts or yung may mga rivets. So therefore, if we connect our tension members by the use of bolts, kailangan mo muna silang butasan. Okay? So yung mga butas na yan yung paglalagyan natin ng ating bolts. So next connection is what we call the welded. So this is one of the common connection pagdating sa steel members natin kasi in actual practice, ito yung mga nakikita rin natin in real life scenarios. Okay? So ibig sabihin na ginagawa sa kanila ay ginagamitan ng welding. But for this connection of the welded, we're going to have another discussion about this one. Okay, so now let us move to the failure in tension members. So first is the excessive deformation. So when the load is large, that the stress in the gross section is greater than the yield stress, Fy. So ibig sabihin, mas mataas yung nakukuhang stress sa gross section natin kaysa doon sa yield stress natin. So ibig sabihin, nag-e-excess na siya. So napupunta na siya doon sa kanyang plastic limit. Okay. And next naman natin is the fracture. When the stress in the net area is greater than the tensile strength, Fu. So, ibig sabihin naman nito, if we are now talking about the net area or yung na-less na natin yung area mismo ng bolts natin, then that is what we call the net area. If that is greater than the tensile strength, then you're going to have your fracture. So now, what are the design considerations for the tension members? We only have three. First is the gross section yielding. Next is the net section rupture. And lastly is the block shear failure. So ito ngayon yung mga ginagamit natin for designing in tension members. So isa-isahin natin sila. First is the gross section yielding. So when we say for the gross section yielding, meaning hindi muna natin tinatanggal yung nagiging butas. Okay, so kung ito yung ating front view, yan yung nakikita natin in actual, okay? Ang ngayon, ang kinukuhanan natin is this one. Ito, yung pinaka-side niya, yung nagiging thickness ng ating bolts, ng ating steel. So therefore, kung gagawin natin yan, tatanggalin natin or lagyan natin dito, isolate natin, makikita natin yung side view niyan as a solid, right? Kasi nga, hindi pa natin tinatanggal yung ating butas. So therefore, that is now the area gross. So ang kailangan mo lang ngayon dito is your net width and then the thickness. So for the gross section yielding, The member should not yield under service loads. The yielding strength is determined using the formula. The nominal tensile strength is equal to FYAG. Take note that this is nominal. Okay, nominal pa lang ito. But since we are designing, kailangan natin kuhanin ano lang yung kakayahan ng ating structure. Okay, so when we say Fy naman, that is the yield strength of the steel. And then we have our AG or our uh, cross-sectional area of the member. So now, since we are talking about the allowable, okay, so ano lang ba yung kakayahan ng ating structure, then we have to divide the nominal strength with the factor of safety. And if we are talking about the gross section yielding, okay, the factor of safety is 1.67. So therefore, if you're going to divide your nominal strength with the factor of safety. And then, alam natin that Pn, okay, our nominal strength is equal to FYAG. Then, we divide it by the 1.67, okay? Then, makukuha natin ngayon that the allowable strength is equal to 0.6 Fy or multiplied by Ag. Next naman natin na design consideration is the net section rupture. So when we say now for the net section rupture, nileless na natin ngayon dito yung mga nagiging butas. Okay, so tingnan natin yung pinagkaiba ni gross section at ni net section. Okay, so for the gross section, ito tingnan natin si section AA. Kung titignan natin si AA, nakuha natin siya as a solid. Okay, kasi wala siyang dinaanan pa na butas. Pero for the section BB, kung titignan natin, nag-pass through na siya sa ating hole. Okay, so kung titignan natin ngayon yung ating side view, makikita natin na butas yung part na katapat mismo ng ating bolt. So therefore, yung ating area should be the net area na. So ano yan? Ang gagawin lang natin dyan that the net area is just equal to AG minus yung bilang ng ating bolt or ng hole natin multiplied by the diameter of the hole. Okay, so kailangan lang natin silang bawasan. But since this is ang ginamit natin is area, so we have to multiply this as well with the thickness. Okay, so for the net section rupture, take note of this na sometimes we are talking also about the effective net area. Okay, so aside from the net area, we also have the effective net area. Okay, and to get now the effective net area, we have what we call the coefficient for the fastener, which is denoted by U. So ito, ang ginagawa lang naman natin dito, we just multiply it by the net area. And this U, or the reduction factor, reduction coefficient, has its own value depending ngayon kung ano yung type ng member natin. So take note that all segments are connected to transmit the sections, then your U is 1. Okay? But there is a minimum number of fasteners per line in the direction of the tension, which is 1. Now, for the WM or S sections, but meron tayo ditong condition, if BF over D is greater than or equal to 2/3, and this is the connection to the flanges, take note ha, then you have now the minimum fastener of 3 and your U will be equal to 0.9. What about now for the T's? Para naman sa mga letter T. Okay, ito kasi yung mga wide flange. So, ibig sabihin, that is yung mga I. So, for the T's naman natin, we have BF over D and that should be greater than or equal to 4/3. If that is the case, then your U is also 0.9. But for the W, M, or S sections not meeting the conditions of B and T's not meeting the conditions of C, and all other shapes including built-up sections, take note that your minimum number of fasteners per line is 3 and your reduction coefficient is 0.85. But para sa mga wala naman, all sections now with 2 fasteners, okay, per line should be 0.75 naman. Okay, ma'am, lagi po bang gagamitin si effective net area? It depends on the situation. If it is given na sinabi sa inyo na kailangan gamitin si effective net area, then you have to multiply the reduction coefficient. Okay? Now, how to calculate the nominal strength using the net section rupture. So, since sabi nga natin kay net section rupture, since ang pinagbabasihan natin dito is the tensile strength, then therefore, should be equal now, the nominal strength should be now equal to Fu multiplied by AE or the effective net area. But again, this part is kapag lang sinabi na gamitin si effective net area. If hindi sinabi na gamitin si effective net area, then it should be Pn is equal to Fu multiplied by An. Okay? So take note, Fu is just the ultimate strength of steel. AE, if effective net area tayo, we have to multiply the net area to the reduction coefficient. And then, take note na lang din that your AN should not exceed, okay, the 0.85 Ag. Kasi kapag mas malaki na siya kay 0.85 Ag, ibig sabihin parang maliit lang din masyado yung naging butas natin. Okay? So, meron din tayong kailangan ditong sundan na ating condition. Then, N is the number of holes, DE is the effective hole diameter if we are talking about the effective, and then the T is the plate thickness. Okay, so now, how to we solve now for the effective diameter of hole? So, meron tayo ditong table na kung saan makikita natin ano ba yung bolt diameter. And then, what will be the standard diameter of the hole, the oversized diameter, the short slot diameter, and then the long slot diameter. So, it depends. So, most of the time naman din na ginagamit lang din natin that the effective diameter is just equal to the whole diameter of the hole plus 1.6. Okay? So, yun lang naman din yung ginagawa natin. Now, take note na hindi lahat ng ating bolts or ng mga holes natin ay pantay-pantay. Hindi siya katulad ng ibang mga nakikita natin na kumbaga parang ito, pantay-pantay kung ano yung itsura niya. Meron din tayong tinatawag na staggered holes, okay? So meaning when we say staggered, magkakahiwalay siya. Like for example, ito, meron ka dito sa part na to. Tapos yung kasunod nandito naman. Then meron tayo sa taas ulit, then bumaba siya. Pero magkakahiwalay, hindi sila pantay-pantay. Okay? So, ito na ngayon, gagamitin na natin si Cochrane's equation. Okay? And how do we solve for that? This one, now, same pa din naman that Pn is equal to Fu multiplied by An, but ang mababago ngayon is the value of the An, or how do we solve for An, the area net. Okay? So, for this one, ang gagawin lang natin dito is to have this one. Okay? So, dun muna tayo sa may net width natin. Okay? Take note that this is the net width. Yung nasa loob ng ating parentheses. So, first, kuhanin mo muna yung gross width mo. And then, yung minus now, the total diameter. Okay, so the total diameter, meaning, itong part na to, if you don't want to use the summation formula, pwede naman din na gamitin nyo si ND. Okay, bilangin ilan yung bilang ng holes natin and then multiply it by the diameter ng ating hole. Okay? And then, plus the summation of S squared over 4G. Ngayon, si S natin, paano siyang nakukuha? That is the spacing between two consecutive holes. Okay? So, like for example, if we are talking about BC, so ito yung center ni B, ito yung center ni C, and S is the horizontal distance from center to center. Okay? And then, we have divided by it by 4G. And yung G naman natin is still, that is the distance from center to center. But we are not talking about the vertical distance. Okay? So, vertical distance from center of B to the center of C. So, ngayon, depende yan. Kaya sinabi natin summation dahil depende kung ilan ba yung holes na ginagamit natin. Okay? Kasi like for example, if you have this first hole, second hole, third hole, and then fourth hole. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, kuhanin mo muna yung distance ni 1 to 2. Then, next naman natin is 2 to 3 and then 3 to 4. Okay, so depende kung paano yung gagamitin natin na pagkakaayos, sequence niya. Okay, and then, to get now the AN or the area net, we just multiply it by the thickness. Okay, but if you don't want this formula, pwede naman din na ang gamitin na lang natin is already the AG or the area gross minus natin yung total number of holes, multiply it by the diameter of the hole, multiply it by the thickness. And then plus the summation of S squared over 4G multiplied by the thickness. Okay, so how do we solve now for the allowable strength using the net section rupture? So same pa din naman, the formula is just the nominal strength divided by the factor of safety. But the factor of safety now for the net section rupture is 2. So if we divide the PN or the FUAN divided by 2, makukuha natin ngayon na that is 0.5 FUAN. Okay, so that is the net section rupture. Let us move now to the block shear failure. Okay, so ito yung isa rin sa common na kumbaga nagiging sira kasi nung ating steel kapag meron tayong holes. Okay, so kumbaga ang nangyari parang nagko-connect the dots sila na kung saan bigla silang nasisira. Okay, kasi pag nag-connect the dots yan, di ba parang mga sabi nga natin, parang mga biskwit lang, mas madali natin silang napuputol dahil meron na silang mga butas. Okay, doon sila nasisira. Okay, so in this block shear failure, ang nangyayari sa atin, like for example, this figure, ang nangyari sa kanya, nag-connect the dots siya. Okay? And then, ngayon, natanggal. Yun nasa bandang ilalim. Okay? So, ngayon, dahil sa pagkakatanggal niya, sa horizontal part natin, nagkaroon tayo ng shearing. Okay? Bakit nagkaroon tayo ng shearing? Kasi, kumbaga, parang nagkiskisan yung nangyari sa nahati silang dalawa. And then, para naman sa vertical, dito sa part na to, magkakaroon tayo ng tension. Bakit? Kasi nagkahiwalay silang dalawa. Right? So, kailangan natin, ano sa kanila, ang meron sa kanila is the tension. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ito yung kailangan natin pagdating naman kay block shear failure. We need the shear and then the tension. So, for this one, a failure mode that occurs due to a combination of shear and tensile failure in the connected areas, the block shear strength is given by the nominal strength is equal to 0.6 FUANV plus FUANT. And take note that the ANV is the net area along the shear surface or kung kanina yung nakuha natin, okay, kuhanin lang daw natin yung area net nito for the shear natin, yung shearing kasi yun yung nasa horizontal. And then for ANT naman, that is kung ano yung nasa vertical naman. So ito naman kung saan tayo may tension. Okay? So take note that this is for the nominal pa lang. Now, same pa rin naman ito, inulit lang para lang mapakita natin. But then, na-drawing ko rin naman siya. Okay, so again, this is for the shear and this is for the tension. So, take note dito, ang ginagamit natin, since kaya nga siya may AN, that is the net area. Okay, so ibig sabihin, we have to deduct the holes. Okay, and then same goes with the tension. Now, what are the block shear patterns? Okay, kasi syempre hindi naman yan pare-pareho kung paano silang nasisira. It depends as well kung gaano ba kadami yung holes, paano ba yung pagkakaayos ng holes. Okay? So, like for example, for the flat plates, okay? So, dito nangyayari, possible na halimbawa meron tayong dalawang linya ng bolts natin or ng holes natin. Nag-connect the dots siya. Ang nangyari, ang naging failure niya, ang nasira ay nasa gitna. Okay? Itong part na to, dyan siya nasira. So, yan yung natanggal. But on the other hand, pwede rin naman pala na instead na nasa gitna, doon naman siya pumunta sa dulo. So, ibig sabihin, possible na dalawa yung masira. Okay, mula dito sa may bolts natin or sa holes natin papunta sa outermost fiber nila. Okay, this part. Ayan. So this one naman para naman kay gusset plate. Paano naman pag si gusset plate yung ating kinokonektan ng bolt? So ibig sabihin, possible din na sa kanya ngayon masira. So same, dito actually, mas madali siyang masira sa gitna. Okay? Unlike dun sa dulo-dulo. Bakit? Kasi sa dulo-dulo, kung titignan ninyo, malayo. Okay? So, mas madaling masira kapag magkakalapit yung ating bolts. Kaya nga po, pagdating dito sa rivets or sa bolts natin, pinag-aaralan din natin paano ba yung kanilang spacing. Okay, what about now for the channels and angle? So, dito naman. Okay, so halos same pa rin naman kung paano siyang nangyayari. Ang nangyayari lang ay nagko-connect the dots and then nagkakaroon na sila ng failure. Okay, nasisira sila. Kumbaga, kaya natin tinawag na block kasi para siyang isang bloke na nasisira. Okay? So, how do we solve now for the allowable strength? For the allowable strength natin, still, we're just going to divide it by the factor of safety. And the factor of safety for the block shear failure is 2. Okay? So we know that the nominal strength of the block shear failure is 0.6 FUANV plus FUANT and we divide it by 2, then therefore makukuha natin that the allowable is 0.3 FUANV plus 0.5 FUAN. Now, let us sum up yung mga formulas na kailangan nating tandaan for the design consideration for tension members. Again, for cross-section yielding, our allowable strength is equal to 0.6 FYAG. Then, for our net section rupture, the allowable strength is equal to 0.5 FUAN. And for the block shear failure, we have now the allowable strength of 0.3 FUANV plus 0.5 FUANT. Now let us move to our sample problems, but the sample problems will be on the next part.